Hi Taurus, welcome to your Lunar Eclipse in Aquarius special with me, Raphael Ray from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. So, before we start, I would like to bless my notes and all the messages that come through and the cards with all forms of love, like peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, Lunar Eclipse in Aquarius time. So the lunar eclipse, in stark contrast to the initiatory energy of the solar eclipse that we had in Cancer, brings us a culmination. It brings us an ending. So the full moon lunar eclipse, so we've got a full moon, time of culmination, a time of blessings, a time of wish fulfillment, time to reap the rewards of efforts already sown. We've got the lunar eclipse, we've got a change point, we've got a moment of a reset button being pressed. Now, this will be happening in your 10th house. And you know, the 10th house it sees your career, it sees your public image, it sees how you present yourself to the world, and more importantly, how people receive you in response to how you present yourself to the world, you know. And this is why it can represent your career, your social image, like how people really see you and how you put your foot forward in the world. Okay, so on top of the lunar eclipse, which, like I said, is a time of culminations and endings, it's a time of bringing things to fruition. It's also a time when the energies are heightened. Everybody's emotions are going to be really close to the surface. We're all going to be feeling this collectively, and this will be happening in a different part of everybody's chart. Now, this event, as many of you probably know by now, is not taking, I mean, no event in astrology takes place on its own. We just isolate certain ones when we talk about lunar eclipse specials, etc. This event will be happening conjunct the Mars retrograde. Now, Mars itself is about our assertion, our willpower, our aggression, our forward progression. It's how we assert ourselves in the world. It's how we push forward. It's it's how we step forward, how we do what we do, how we it's the energy behind what we do. It gives us the energy and the drive and the passion to do the things that we want to do. Now, when Mars goes retrograde, as it doesn't like to do, it tends to internalize that energy. So you've got all of this projectile, forceful, assertive energy suddenly going retrograde, which means that it internalizes that energy. Now, when that energy starts to internalize, there is a little danger of imploding, because obviously it makes you more fractious and you've got more energy, and you feel like you want to do and you feel like you want to say, but you kind of also feel like it's it's not happening as fast as you'd like, or any of those things. When Mars goes retrograde, it gives us the ability, though, if we can stop ourselves from imploding and utilize the energy consciously, it gives us the ability to become precise. It gives us the ability to become strategic. It gives us the opportunity to to really make a conscious decision to remove something. So I believe that the conjunction between the lunar eclipse and the Mars conjunction actually offers a really eliminative energy in and of itself. When you add to that the fact that you've got the lunar eclipse, which itself is an ending or culmination type of energy, that's really potent. It's really powerful, and it heightens that ability in order to, like Mars, knife surgeon, to remove something, to really remove something and make a finite decision. And when you do this consciously in your life, it really allows you to make some kind of a decision that isn't just finite, but it's also clearing. It makes way. It's like the surgeon is coming in and cutting away something that doesn't need to be there. And this can see you really emotional about that, because you're removing something from your life, or something is leaving your life. And then if you add to the fact then that you've got this conjunct the South Node, the South Node is about a karmic release. So all of this is happening in your 10th house. And when you get this happening in your 10th house, it leads me to think that for some of you, this is very much you making the decision. It could be about changing jobs. It could be about changing your career completely and saying, you know what, that is an old era of my life. What I have dedicated my life to, what I've dedicated my life to has given me a great firm foundation, and it's taken me as far as I can go, but it's now time to let that go. It's now time for you to forge ahead and build a new self image. It's about you putting forward who you choose to be from here on in. It's about choosing what your public persona is going to be, what you want to be known for, what you want people to think about when it comes to you and your work. Or rather your career, like your ambitions in your career. So on top of that, we've got the Uranus energy, which is in your first house at the moment, and you guys will have been feeling this just as much as the Aquarians actually, you know, because it's happening in your sign. Uranus is about revolution, it's about change, it's about spontaneous, it's about things happening really quickly, like, you know, really fast and unanticipated. You can't anticipate the things that Uranus will bring you. With the, you know, the stuff that's going on there and this happening, I really feel like this could be, it's like you're clearing your career sector and you're saying, right, okay, you know what, I'm making these changes, I'm going to put these things in place, and I'm not going to hold back. I'm not going to allow myself to, I'm not going to wallow in what was. I'm just going to make a choice to move beyond it and move past it. It's kind of like you're cutting your losses and just moving on with something. Yeah, it's going to be doing its best to finalize something for you. If you let it, this can be a decision that really gets you moving, gets things moving for you, because it will be a swift decision that's finite, one that you can simultaneously see the results and products of. So yeah, and I feel like, especially because this is in your 10th house, I feel like for a lot of you, you Taurians, this is going to, where most people will have to wait a little while for, you know, once they've made the ending or once they've made the cut to remove something, I think everybody else is going to have to wait a little bit longer to see, you know, what it is that comes in. I think for you guys, because Uranus is in your first house, you could very quickly see whatever it is that you cut out or cut off being replaced with something really fast, you know, like, so literally out goes one and in comes another. So if you quit one job, you could be getting a surprise offer that comes through. You know, if you decide to change careers, you could walk straight into a job, or you could at least find somebody that is able to facilitate the changes that you're choosing to make in your life now, especially in terms of your career. How you have been seen before will no longer be how you are viewed, and it may well be worth asking yourself the important question, who would you prefer to be respected or liked? Now, that's a question that we all have to ask when it comes to work. Nobody more so than you, because this is happening in your 10th. You need to make the decision now when it comes to your work. Do you want to be respected in your field, or do you want to be liked by the people that you work with, or the people that you have to interact with on a work/career basis? These are things that you're going to need to ask yourself, and it might surprise you what the answer is. You know, if with the Uranus energy there, and you know, some of the square energy that's going to be taking place with other bits and bobs, you're going to have to think about it, and you're going to have to think about what is you and what is being projected on you in response to the persona that you have been perceived as up until now. If you can decide and strive for the answer that's forthcoming, you can see it into being faster and more defined than you imagined. Really exciting, because like I said, I kind of feel like, I don't know if any of you remember, you know, those little gadgets that people have on their desk, and it's like you swing one ball and it swings the other out. I kind of feel like this is what's going to happen in your career sector, Taurus. You're going to make the decision, come in like a wrecking ball and be like, you're going to smash that out and it's just going to go flying, but it brings something else in. As quick as something goes out is as fast as something will come in. This will be a real big surprise for you, and I think it will be a really beneficial one. So, you know, don't fear the lunar eclipse, don't fear the ending. It's clearing the decks for something better and more aligned with who you are now and who you're going to be in your personal future. Finally, this card is about what you need to know. Oh, look at that, you get the Hermit card. So the Hermit card is about a journey, it's about a quest, it's about taking the best of something and leaving behind what no longer serves you. But when you see the Hermit card, it's about a quest for knowledge. This is going to be one massive quest for knowledge for you, because you're going to be learning about who you want to be seen as If you need to withdraw, if you find yourself saying, you know what, I need a bit of a break from people, I need a bit of a break from, some of you might even decide to go on a social media cleanse, you know, it could be even something like that, but it's about removing yourself, go into that gestation period, just like the hermit, you know, I remove myself so that I can find my own personal enlightenment and come about my own wisdom for my life. I wish you an abundance of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance itself. I hope this has helped you in some way. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. For those of you that are continued subbies and supporters, thank you so much. It means the absolute world. On top of this, if you would like to reach me for personal readings, you can do so on the links below, and there's some other bits and bobs there for you to check out too. Take care, and I'll see you very soon for more videos.